Mm. Oh, fine. Okay. Cute. Oh, is this live going to get pushed out yet or not? Hello. Well, hello YouTube. Welcome. TikTok, hello as well. Welcome. Just going to be working on a couple of art dolls today. I'm going to put together this leopard gecko. That's the first thing on my to-do list. And then I'm going to do a little bit of work on probably Shiranui. I want to get the torso part of the fur on at least. But I just want to clean up these eyes. I'm going to have to go back over them at some point. But yeah. Anyway, this is the second last doll out of this set. I'll call them a set, batch maybe, to put together. The last one being the Japanese dragon. So this will be fun, a fun little doll. All right, so I painted this yesterday. It still needs a tiny bit more paint work. Is that a different cat? Yes, it is a different cat. This one's a yawning Siamese. But yes, it is a different cat. Or are you going crazy? No, it's a different cat. All right. So I'm going to pop that off here. And then I'm going to pop on a plus joint. I'm going to do something a little bit different as well for for the legs because I want them to have a pretty harsh angle. So I'm going to use some Y joints to connect everything, but I'm going to have to shave off one side of it. But anyway, all right, well, let's measure. So, let's put these two together. It is a leopard gecko. I did some painting on it yesterday, so I went for a like a lighter color, but still with the more spot pattern on it. But yeah, how can you not like geckos? I like geckos. So I've been sort of trying to add a bit more reptiles to my doll making. So that was far too much. I've been trying to add a bit more reptiles. I'm just going to pop this off. The leopard gecko, it's super cute. I made the eyes as well. See, that's probably the best I can capture in the light given. But yeah, that is what it is. All right, so these are my smallest armature pieces, so they're 1/8 size. The problem with the 1/8 size is they only come in this full male plus joint, which you need to use for the legs. So it's really annoying, but you can buy this adapter that it's both female joint, so you can attach it and continue on. It's really annoying. But it's probably the 1/4, which is the medium size, is probably the most universal. So, all right, so we want to snap this. Snap this. So for these armatures, you need these special pliers to snap the ball and socket pieces off, and they only work with one size, which is really annoying. So they have different size to pop it on and off. All right. All right. That should be a good size. It's going to be a little small, petite doll, this one. Most of the reptiles that I've made have been small. Okay. And then the tail is quite long. So I might add these two together for the tail. And then we pop the tail on here. You always wanted to try and make some, but don't think I'd have the hand strength. It's actually pretty easy. You mean these little armature things? I love your art. Oh, thank you. It's actually pretty easy, especially the smaller one. It doesn't require a whole lot of force. It's probably more the polymer clay, like conditioning the polymer clay. But if it's heavy on your hands, I like to use Sculpey Original. It's really soft, and you just can use a pasta roller to condition it. It's really easy. It's literally just a pasta roller. So it can work if you have, strength issues with your hands. Yeah. All right. So these two will be the back feet, I think. So I made the toes slightly sort of different, but we want to make sure we've got both sides. I think those two match. I'll do these. I just want to make sure that they're the same sort of diameter, because the back ones, those are the back ones. The back ones are slightly bigger. All right. So for the joint, I'm going to pop one off here. Whoa. And I loved how the fingers spread. Yeah, they're I made them really kind of in a weird position. So you know how like they're always like twisted. Like, you should make. I do. That's on the list. I do want to make one. It's definitely on the list. All right. So for the joint, I'm using this Y joint to create sort of an elbow, but I want to chop this off here. I'll do it when it's on the doll, I think. So it's too tiny to work with. All right. So that will be sort of the joint. Hoping. He is hoping. And then I'm going to connect that. I don't know how easy it is going to be to get that off. If I made one, probably be a wyvern or a bat. I'm actually making a flying fox at the moment. This is one that I prepared earlier. I've still got a bit of sewing to do on this one, so it's not quite finished. I haven't sewn the back of it or added any stuffing into it, but yeah, this is our bat so far with movable wings. Sorry, YouTube. There we go. So I've still got a bit of sewing on that. I hate sewing, so. Oh, thanks. Yeah. I'm trying to get one done. I've got another one, sort of the parts ready, and I'm trying to get it done for Halloween because I want to do some Halloween dolls. All right, so I need to pop off. So there's 2 left. Oh. So, another elbow joint. I used to watch a woman that produced a lot. Produced. I mean, I've been making these for a while now. Maybe it was me. I've got a YouTube channel. Oh, rescued bats. Yeah, that's where that one is going for. The elephant, yes, kind of. I'll do some more work on it. I'll just put this leopard gecko together, and then I'll do some more work on the elephant. Oh, it's cute. See? So I need to trim all this first, but I think the trunk's looking okay. Sort of see how we go. So it's posable. It look good. It's cute. We'll see how we go. Hello, bestie. They're chunky. Yeah. Thank you for the share. Which way is this going? That's the problem, isn't it? I need more of those. Ah, damn it. Oh, that's why. Put it on the wrong thing, didn't I? Of course I did. It's always difficult to get these off here. It's really annoying. There we go. Didn't mean to put it on that one. I meant to put it on this one. Sorry. Do you make insect ones? Yes, I do. I'm going to do my plan for a Halloween one. I don't know if you've seen Silence of the Lambs, but they have a moth. It's a real moth. It's called a death head hawk moth, and it's got like a picture of a skull in the middle of the thing, in the middle of its sort of neck area. So I wanted to do that for a Halloween doll. See how that goes. All right, that's 2 legs. So I think the angling is much better on that. So I think that works good. This one, same deal, but same deal. I'm just going to pop 2 off. There's 2 here. But yeah, I've neglected insects, I must say, over the years. is, yeah, the Elephanta commission for somebody in the States. So, glow in the dark. Yeah, I try to make things realistic. If I'm making a realistic animal, I try and keep it real. But I used to do a lot of fantasy creatures when I first started, and a lot of them had like glow spots on them. So I've done that quite a lot over the years. Right. So I don't know if I should add 3 because it's going to be the same size. No, it's fine. I see. Thanks for all the likes, guys. Okay. Yeah, I haven't done a lot of fantasy creatures in a while. I just kind of got over it and I started doing more realistic things. So there's that. If you didn't make one, you should make it. I did actually. Do you want me to show you? I made it for last year's Halloween, but people didn't like that name, so I just kind of called it Skull Creature. Deer Skull Creature, but I can show you. It's pretty big. Yeah, I'll show you. This was my Halloween one. This is what it was. But yeah, it's pretty. It turned out really big. I didn't mean for it to turn out really big, but yeah, I sculpted the skull. And sorry, YouTube, try and get it. Move your arms. Try and get it in the camera a little bit. Yeah, so I sculpted the skull, which I really enjoyed actually. And yeah, I really enjoyed sculpting it. So I want to do like small sculptures of skulls. But yeah, I got a lot of detail in there. So I sculpted all the teeth individually. It was originally a movable jaw, but the way I had to glue this together sort of restricted it a bit. But so it didn't work that way. It didn't work out how I planned, but it was originally a movable jaw. But yeah, that's my Halloween doll from last year. I sort of just freestyled that one. You're back. What's that? This was my Halloween doll from last year. I did call it a Wendigo, but yeah, I got a lot of shit for calling it that, so sorry. Unaware. Yeah. Thanks for the follow. So yeah, deer skull creature. My Halloween deer skulls creature. Anyway, so yeah, he's big. He's a big guy. Anyway, there we go. I'll put him there for now. Love it. Thank you. A roadkill one. I mean, yeah, I guess. I'm not super into like I don't make taxidermy or anything. It's all fake. Yeah, that's what look, I'm Australian, I'm not American where it came from. So this is what I found on the internet. I guess it was just like my interpretation. So but yeah, people weren't very impressed with that. So deer skull. But yeah, I did read up about it, and they're supposed to be like people figures, not a deer skull. And some person just made it a deer skull or something. Anyway, that's what I've been told. I'm like, hey, I'm Australian. I don't know. Have you made? Yeah, I've made heaps of birds. You say it's a pretty one. Yeah, thank you. It was awesome. Thanks. So it's a Halloween doll. Let's just say that. Yeah, I made heaps of birds before. The last bird I made was a taco toucan. How is it? Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I'm on TikTok as well. So I'm on YouTube and TikTok. All right. So this one needs to go this way. Make a black Halloween fox with red eyes. Well, I wanted to make it Cerberus, but that's a good idea. Why is that elephant looking at me like that in the back? It's a baby. You know, babies have creepy eyes. Have you made a kangaroo? Yeah, I've done a few kangaroos before. A few different ones. Oh, my card is full. Let me download that. So I sort of do some filming for my YouTube channel as well. Okay, so I was like, what the heck is this? Oh, thank you. It is a leopard gecko. I'm sort of creating the body. Mega Cerberus. Yeah, I know. I don't know if I'm going to get it finished in time. I don't know. Sorry, my card is full. So I got to download the photos. And I've only got one SD card, which is really annoying. He imprinted on you. He's my son now. Well, he's not technically mine. He's already found a home. I'm just making it like a surrogate. If you want to call it that. I just make things. No. All right, where are we? Video. Import. Okay, sorry about that. Let's put these together. So we're going to be mindful where the little thumb is going to go. Never mind. What? The white one in the back with the black paws. Oh, that's Shiranui from Okami. I'm going to do that next after I attach these. Yeah, I don't know if you've heard the game. Okami. Have I done a fish? I actually haven't done a fish, would you believe? I've neglected sea creatures a lot. So yeah, I've been trying to do things that are out of my comfort zone this year, which I've also neglected reptiles. But I was thinking I want to do a orca. So I've been sort of trying to plan that in my head. But we'll get there. We will get there. Okay. The good thing about these armatures is you can twist them around. So basically what I'm going to have to do is chop off this little joint here. So it's more of a right angle because I want that sort of elbow joint to come through. So I'll have to chop that off at some point. All right. So that's one little, I might have to make this torso piece a bit bigger too, to be honest. Let's have a look. I think it needs to be slightly bigger, to be honest. I'm just going to pop this off now. And I think, I don't know if this is going to be too big or it should be fine. No, that should be fine. How much is the gecko? Probably $5.80 US plus the shipping. Just because, I mean, most of my stuff is $5.80. But yeah, it takes a lot of time to make reptiles because I do the scales individually. Oh, this bit doesn't work. Sometimes you can get a loose joint, so I'm just testing if I'm happy with that joint. Should be fine. Yeah, I mean, I know I don't have to justify my pricing, but they take a long time to make. I have a mixed bag I just have a mixed bag, you know. But I do offer payment plans. Hey, Herbert. How are you? What MMs do you use closing the pies? These are tiny. This is a 1/8 inch size. I think. Yeah, it's 1/8 inch size. I don't know what that is. I don't know inches. Have you made an axle? No, I'd like to, actually. That'll be a tricky one to make. I have a drama doll. Happy Friday. It is Friday. It's your favorite thing. Oh, nice. Who made it? I'm getting traumatized by baby. Look, nah, that's it. You gotta make them realistic. Right. All right, let's get these feet on. I've been holding this enough. What was my hardest one to make? I made a really big Drogon from Game of Thrones, and that was such a feat, which I'm now wanting to redo the body. I wonder if I can snip this off. Probably not. Yeah, so I want to redo that, but I made it a number of years ago. Can I snap this off? Am I powerful enough? Ooh. I don't know where that went. I don't know where that went. I'll have to find it. But there we go. Snapped it off. Snapped it off. Let me put a cover on it so it doesn't go flying next time. Safety squints. Got to protect the eyes. There we go. See, just popped a little ball off. I should go and find it. That one hit my thumb too. There we go. We got a nice curve. I don't know where it went. I should go find it. Let me go and have a look. Hang on. I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea. That was so close. Let's try another one. Okay. So I'm just going to cover it this time. I'm covering it. And grab the... Oh, see, that was easier, that one. Have you made a character from a game? Yeah, I did. I've done a couple of things. My most recent one was, if you've watched, oh my god, I'm having a Donnie Darko. I made Frank the Rabbit. I'll show you in a second. Just as a personal collection, but I try not to do like copyrighted characters. But yeah, I'll show you Frank the Rabbit. It's a bit different, this one. This is it's on an action figure body, but I completely, I sculpted the face on him, and yeah, I sculpted like the hand pads and everything, but it is on a customizable action figure body that I had sitting around for ages. But yeah, I sculpted the little feet. There's got little realistic laces on there, but yeah, you know, he's fully posable. And I've always wanted to make Frank. I like the character's design. But yeah. You made a Frank the Bunny costume. Oh, that's pretty cool. There's my Frank. YouTube. But yeah, the only thing I did slightly different than the movie one is I used translucent Sculpey for the teeth. With the movie costume is they're painted white and sort of discolored, but I sort of went for just the only thing that I changed on that. I just checked your shop in the back. Oh no. Yes, I'll get it for you. I do. It is for sale. The smallest one. I mean, this leopard gecko is quite small, so probably that one. All right. I'll get the little black kitty cat. Here's the kitty. Little pumpkin cat. Pumpkin cat with a little hat. The hat just sits there, you know. I decided to add that a bit later. So it's so cute. Yeah. This one was a Halloween doll as well. So something a little bit different. I don't normally make things like this either. So yeah, a little bit different. Little Halloween doll. I'll put it in the set. My little Halloween set. But yeah, she's cute. It was like a kitten too. So it's got a little tail, little legs. It's cute. The eyes. Yeah. All right. So yeah, got a few things going. Anyway, so we've done the leopard gecko. We popped them off here. Wasn't as bad as we thought. Aww. Okay, what's next? I can do some work on Shiranui, or I can do some more felting on the deer, the crystal stag. Oh, it's so cute. So that's basically what the skeleton looks like when it's all put together. The next sort of step is doing the needle felting. So I basically do like a body, needle felt a body out of polyfill, and then I can sew on the fabric. But that's the little leopard gecko so far. So cute. We put it over here. Or you've got this doll's really big. This is the fur that I'm going to use. Very fluffer. But this is such a big doll. This is Shiranui from Okami. So it's a really big doll. Anyway, I can probably put the fur on this one. So to do that, I'll get rid of this kitty for a minute. Put it down there. And let me check. No, still going with that. So basically, this is like a final sort of form, is it? What color? So Shiranui, it's white. She's white, and she's got like deep orange, almost red markings on it. And then I made this reflector. If you're not familiar with the game, so I sculpted the reflector, and the reflector basically goes. Sorry, YouTube, I'll try and move it up a little bit. The reflector basically goes on here. So I'm not going to have it. I think I'm going to try and sit it upright a little bit because there's flames that go around it, which I have to sculpt, and I'm probably going to cast in like a clear resin with some color in it. But yeah, Shiranui is the girl, but Amaterasu is the boy, like the reincarnation. So yeah, I sculpted the reflector, and I added some. This is like a mirror film where I haven't added the tail just yet. So I've just got the little snub there. So I'll add more of these joints to it once it's all been put together. The tail's like the last thing that I do. But yeah, I'll add some more joints to it to make it a bit longer. And then the tail I do slightly differently, but to the rest of it. But I just basically get the body ready first before moving to the tails. That's like, yeah, the last thing that I do. Yeah. No problems. Thanks for stopping by. So yeah, this is like a mirror, sticky mirror film. So when I take that off, it'll be mirror because that's what it is, a reflector. But yeah, I think the last thing that I'll do is the flames because I think that's going to be like a big task because I'm going to be sculpting it in monster clay and then probably doing a mold and casting it in resin. So yeah. Can I see my first doll, you mean? Goodbye from the Bombay lady. Totally need that. My first doll, you mean? Okay, so sorry. What are we doing? Geez, I'll have to dig that out. I do have that somewhere. I'll show you how crap it is. Bear in mind, I made this many years ago. And this is basically what they started out as. So they just started out as like a plush. And yeah, it's got no armature in it. And I just added, sorry, I got a text message. Hang on. Sorry, guys. Yeah, but it's completely different, you know. It's just, it's terrible. Don't be modest, guys. But yeah, this is where it all started, basically. And, you know, it's come a long way since. It's yeah, totally different now. So I have wanted to redo like a new version of this concept, but yeah, I'll add that one day. But I mean, I've always sculpted things, so you know. Anyway, so this is going to be the torso fur for Shiranui. So I like to just give it a bit of a clean first, just to Wally, just to get all this loose fur off, because ew, it just gets everywhere. Thanks for the follow. Looking like my Barbie dolls. I was never into Barbie dolls when I was a kid. Looks cool. Okay, let me delete these. And then we come back to recording. Yeah. All right. That looks cool. Thanks. All right. See how much stuff comes out, even though like it just gets everywhere. Okay, let me get my SD card. Huzzah! Back to filming. So for this one, what I'm going to be using is this white fur. What's a lot? So yeah, all right. I don't have a lot of room on this table, but basically what I do is put it. We've got to take notice of which way the fur direction is going. That's a lot of fur. It's all fake fur. It's all fake. So we want the fur to be going that way. So it's going that way, and then it is a big doll, I have to say. Unintentionally a big doll. But what I do is flip it around. So this doesn't include the neck either. So I do the neck separately. So I pin it together with some pins. New subscriber, keep up the work. Oh, thanks for subscribing. Much appreciated. I hope to have some new videos up soon with the dolls that I haven't had the time to make videos for. All right, so I'm just going to pin this. And basically make sure. So what I'm going to do is cut little slits in where the legs are going to go. And that sort of refines it a bit. So got a small pair of scissors because we don't want to cut the actual pile. So the pile is this fluffy stuff. And we just want to cut the backing of it. So basically, I line it up to there. And then using my scissors, just cut a small slit running up the side of the leg. And then when we get to sort of the elbow joint, what I like to do is cut in like a little T, if that makes sense. Jack getting his shots. I don't know what you guys told about, to be honest. So I'm going to cut like a little Y here. And that sort of releases the tension a little bit. So you can basically wrap it around here and pin it together. It's a really rough pin. I am going to refine it a little bit because it always changes. So I'm going to pin it here. Dermal makeup tutorial. That's a weird one. Oh, okay. One of the characters turned into a... Ah, okay. I haven't played that game. But that's cool. I feel like I'm old. I'm old now. All right, so for this one, same deal. Just going to follow it along the leg. So when I've needle felted this body, I've made it a bit thinner than what I want it to look like once it's finished and the fur's on, because the fur's quite bulky, so it bulks up the body a bit. And cut the Y in here. And then just wrap it around here. Oh, thank you. Thanks for subscribing. Cutting scissors is very ASMR. I need new ones. They're kind of blunt. If that's of any significance to you. All right. So I know there's a lot of excess on the neck here, which I do want to cut off because we want to do like a custom neck. Makes it a bit more realistic. Okay, so we're getting there. So same deal for the back leg. So I'll just swing it around here. There we go. Swing it around. Same deal for the back legs. But what I do with the back ones is I sort of follow it on an angle a little bit. And I do sort of that T shape a bit bigger too. And then I'm just going to clean this up because when you cut it, it loses a bit of fur. That feels nice in your ears. I've got some demolding ASMR things on, I think there's one on my YouTube and I think I've done 2 on here on TikTok. But it's always a nice sound when you like get the mold out, get the resin cast out of the mold. All right, so same deal with this leg here. I'm so excited to get this doll finished. I've always wanted to make it. I was originally going to make Amaterasu, but then I've seen a couple of dolls before, and I'm like, you know what? Shiranui is the better one. So let's do that. Shiranui is the goat. Right. It already looks, yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. The way I sculpted the head, I can tell it's got like my style to it, if that makes sense. So that's kind of nice. And this one was like going to be part of my personal collection too, because you can't really sell copyrighted characters, so the companies tend to go after you with a cease and desist. All right, so we've got a lot of loose fur here, but let's flip her over and see. Flip her over and see. So yeah, I do mangle the armature a little bit. So you're an artist, so yeah, I know. Disney's really bad for it. Disney's insane. Okay, so I'm going to just trim all this off here. So what I'm going to do is just follow. Obviously going to leave, for some reason there's a big cut here, so I'm just going to follow that. And where are we? And then, so I used to work with patterns, but I don't really do that anymore. So it was like a totally different way I used to make the bodies. I find this way is way more, I can get it a lot more refined, and it just takes a lot longer to do, but that's fine. Sometimes that's what you gotta do. Okay, so I'll reuse these. I don't chuck this out. I reuse it to do like little bits and pieces of it. Yeah, no problem. Thanks for watching. I'll probably be on tomorrow. Most likely. Maybe. And Sunday. Anyway, so I could probably leave that there. So yeah, basically I start with this torso piece and then I'll attach the legs to it. But I like to get like a good solid base first. And yeah. All right, so the next part of the neck, what I'm going to do is flip it over, just trying to be careful. Just stand her up for a second. And I'm just going to follow this bit here. Sometimes if you have some fur on the top here, it restricts the posability of the neck, so that's always something to keep in mind. So I'm going to put it this way. Just try to be careful. It's such a big doll and my workspace is not that big. I need a studio with a big workspace and I can't afford that. I can't afford one. I wish. I wish. Thanks for all the likes, guys. All right, up this way. So basically I want to sort of cut it off here and then I'll add a separate piece to the neck. And then cut this off here, this excess here. Again, I'll reuse that to apply some fur to the head. I'm such a hoarder when it comes to like faux fur offcuts. All right, so see how that's looking a bit more refined there. The one thing that I am trying to be mindful of is just the restriction here where this is. So it's not too bad, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut like a little dart in it, so it just releases that tension a little bit, so it can go over like that. And then yeah, I'll do a separate piece for the neck. Okay, so for the next underneath, again, we just want to trim this excess. So I'll leave that like that, there, and let's go trim a little bit of excess, probably here. All right. So there's a lot of excess on this one, but that's fine. I can also trim it once I start sewing it as well. If I want it tighter, I could just pull it a bit tighter and trim some of that excess off. cat just spewed. Hang on. The culprit. Isn't that just the worst? It's okay. It's an accessible stage. Sorry. Nothing like a cat's view. All right. Now, for this side, so we've got a lot of excess here as well. So what I'll do, I'll just trim this off. Probably won't do any sewing on this today. Maybe, I don't know, we'll see. I would like to also get some fabric maybe on the elephant. Or I can do some needle felting on the crystal stag. A couple of options. Depends what everyone's interested in. Ugh. That's a good thing about working with fake fur, is it gets in your mouth all the time. So that's cool. All right, so we've got a lot of excess here. So I'm going to trim this bit off here because that's just too much. Got the pin here, so I'm just going to be careful of that. Kitty, no. You saw the legs up. That's it. No, I'm doing Shiranui from Okami. But normally I do realistic animals. It's all fake stuff, so fakeodermy. All right, I'm gonna pin this together to make sure that I have enough. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I normally have something here to show what I make, but normally I have one of my cats that I made recently. This is my yawning blue point Siamese, so I usually have something in the background. But that's an example of what I do. Thanks for the follow. All right. Now, excess. Gonna cut that off here. Oh, thank you. All right, and then just got to be mindful of that. So what I'm going to do is trim off this excess here too. So there's too much. That's where the tail's going to go. So I'm just going to start this way, I think. It's a bit fiddly, but all right. This will be the last little section that needs a trim. Now we want that here, probably. Okay, and this side too. It's a bit of a hack job, but trust me, trust the process. Even though it looks hacky, trust the process. I think the whole time I'm making an art doll, it's like an absolutely trust the process type thing. Because especially the elephant that I'm doing, it looks awful. I'm doing that. It just looks not like what's supposed to. Maybe I'll do a bit on the elephant. All right, so that's, cut that off, all that excess. And then we sort of got like a gaping poo-poo hole, which the tail will end up sewing to that bit anyway. So usually I leave this bit kind of a little bit bigger than what it's supposed to be, just because when you end up sewing everything, there's like a little bit of excess that you can work with. So I'll just pin this anyway, like that. And then that should be good to sew up. But yeah, it's such a big doll. I didn't mean for it to turn out this big. I actually wanted like a little petite one because it's going into part of my collection, and now I'm not going to have anywhere to put it because it's so bloody big. It's so stinking big. But it's going to look good. So when I sew the body, I will add like a little bit more polyfill here and there, and it'll sort of bulk out some areas. And, you know, I'll trim the excess off because, you know, it just needs bits and pieces added. And it needs like the little wing parts as well, which I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to go about that just yet, but I'll work it out, do a couple of different experiments on that one. But yeah, it's looking pretty good. It's a big doll. She's a big doll. I love this alternative because some of my guys are stinky. I don't want to work with like animal parts, you know. This one, you don't get bugs. That's it. It's bug free. No maintenance. No maintenance taxidermy. All right. And we got little elephant. Okay, so I'm going to just give this a bit of a trim, I think. And yeah, I think that would be a good idea. The little trunk thing, I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to go about that, but we'll see. Real taxidermy can stink. Yeah, I don't have any taxidermy, so I don't know. I can imagine it would. All right, so I'm going to get a different pair of scissors. I'm going to get my fabric scissors. So yeah, I pinned the trunk together. And yeah, I've just been playing around with some wrinkling. I'm not quite sure. I did think to maybe just do some more stitches like that to make it a bit more like a universal. Yeah, I was sort of undecided how to do it, but because I'm trying to get the wrinkling. What type of taxidermy pieces have you got? What animals are people collecting? I want to know. All right, so I'm going to cut this excess here. And then just that little bit there. So the fabric I'm using is like kind of like a fake leather, and it's like a one-way kind of stretch, but it's got like a skin texture to it. So I thought it worked really well for an elephant skin. When I put it all together, I'm going to hit this color with like a little bit of, I'm thinking I might do some pastel colors and then give it a matte sort of varnish over the top of it, just to sort of make it a bit more matte and make it look like it's been rolling in sort of sand and dirt. But yeah, I think this is looking okay at the moment. So I wasn't quite sure how the best way to go about, you know how they got the little graspy things on the end here. So I think I'm just going to leave it as an open-ended thing at the moment. I will trim this though, just a tiny bit, just to conform. I do think it's too much fabric though. But I am thinking of doing something like that. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll just sculpt an end piece on. I'll just sculpt like the little nostril piece and glue it on. That might be a better option. I don't like the way this is sitting. It's just the end piece is a bit yucky. So anyway, maybe I'll get the kitty cat back. And then so everyone can see what I actually do. Meow. So let's see. Now I'm not going to glue this down just yet because I want that to sit there. Some trim. All right. Now, for the body for this one, I've got some fabric here. So yeah, fabric obviously comes in a big thing like this. The good thing about this fabric is it doesn't have to be any sort of direction. So maybe this way, maybe that way. And then okay. So for this one, I am going to probably cut it about here, and I suppose I'll just cut it here. Just carry on with that. All right. So same deal for this one. I'm going to pull this down here. Now the neck piece, I don't know whether to do it in one piece or not. If I do this, I'd like to try and get it done in one piece. So I'm going to move this down and then I'm going to pin this together. Little elephant. Just a preliminary pin, just to keep it in place. Now, it looks a bit weird. So for the head, the neck maybe, wondering if I can get away with doing it as a one piece, because the neck would be such a thin little strip. But let's see how this goes. So if I pin that, pull that up a bit over here, and then I'm going to cut in those little slits for the legs so I can curl it around that way. I reckon I'm going to move it up a bit more, just a tiny bit more. Give myself some grace. Where'd my pin go? Okay. So that gives me a little bit of wiggle room for the neck piece. So this one's going to be particularly tricky just because of the wrinkling, and luckily elephants are wrinkly, so it's not a huge deal. But I'm going to cut up here. I haven't worked with this particular fabric before, so I'm hoping it's okay. Okay. Now push this down here, and I'm going to when I place it down here, you can see it's kind of not cut up enough, so to allow for this where the shoulder muscle is going to be. So I'm just going to chop it up a little bit. Hey mate, how have you been? I've been good. Just making dolls, you know. Okay, pin that. All right. So these are just really like preliminary pins, so nothing set in stone just yet. We're just working it out. I think I'm just going to get. I'm just trying to release where this is starting to bunch. Oh, did you guys sell it? New owners. Oh, that's hard. Definitely. Yeah, you sold. Oh, that's hard. Sometimes just got to do it, I guess. Oh, thanks. Yeah, he's a yawning kitty. Siamese blue point. Just thought I'd shake it up a little bit, put a different cat. So that's the third one from the Action Cats. If you didn't already know. Okay, so okay, how are we looking there? So I'll probably add a little bit more polyfill. Fill that out a little bit. Up here. See how that goes. It's sort of pinching here, so the problem is this bit here. Oh, there's a pin in there, that's why. It's an elephant. It's a kind of, they look the same, don't they? Yeah, it's a baby Asian elephant. I do want to make a rhino though. That would be cool. I'll probably use the same fabric, to be honest. All right, so let's cut this one. Oh, Rita. Oh. That's fine. It's easily mistakable. Okay. So I was thinking of putting the names that you wanted on the soles of the feet. I think that would be, unless there was somewhere else that you wanted. This would be that. Okay, we're getting there. I try not to use animal products because I used to use black feathers before, and I found that bugs still get to them, and I don't want to deal with the bugs. It sounds perfect. That's good. Okay, I thought it was good too. Yeah, so I try not to use like animal products because I don't want to deal with the bugs. So I've been trying to sort of rack my brain on how to do fake feathers, which I have a few ideas. I just have to have a go at it. Okay. All right. Lots of excess going on here. Now, I want to get a picture up. Asian elephant. Okay. I'm going to pin this like that. Artificial feathers? Yeah, right. Thanks for the follow. I've never seen artificial feathers before. Oh, it's looking cute. Now, this one. Now we want this to be attached here. Just going to move this. To there. And oh, they got artificial ones on there? That's where I used to get them from. I didn't know they had artificial ones. I'm just leaving a little bit of a seam line. Okay. And baby elephant, yeah, they're getting there. Just doing some careful trimming. I'm going to go overboard and trim too much off. Yeah, I did finish the yawning cat ages ago, but I just never brought him out to for all to see, for display. It's always the pooping one. So I thought, you know what? Let's bring out that one. Okay. So now we can start trimming this excess. Now that I've trimmed that off, you can sort of start to see what needs to be done here, what needs to be trimmed. So still need to trim off that little bit here. Thank you for the follow. That's a weird pose. That's a weird pose. Should put like a balloon at the end of it. Like the wrinkling texture, you mean, or the skin texture? Because this does have a skin texture on it. The skin, it's got like it doesn't quite pick up on camera that well, but it does have like a skin texture to it. You can't quite see it on the camera. but it does have a skin texture to it. But, you know, have a play around. Any like major wrinkles or something, I might try and like sew it in or something, you know, just I got to play around with it. I can airbrush textures on as well. Or like shading, I mean. Yeah, so I'm trying to, I mean, there's obviously limits to what you can do with fabric, but yeah, I haven't quite done this just yet. But we'll work it out. It's all a learning curve. I'll try my best. There's limits to what you can do. So anyway. Now. I can also add like some major wrinkling as well with some. So what I do with my reptiles, with the skin, with the scale texture, I use a combination of Mod Podge and a what do you call it? Acrylic medium. So I can probably do some of that and just like add a bit of paint over it. So this is not quite leather. It's just a fabric with what seems to be like a latex over the top of it by the looks of it. That sort of mimics the skin texture, so it's a little bit stretchy. Melt it. Yeah, you couldn't melt an imprint into this one. But I'll have a play around and see what the dealio is. But we want to get the body okay at the moment. So just a bit more refining at this point because of the fabric that I'm using. Like it's not as forgiving as like fake fur. So just trying to reduce a lot of the wrinkling and, you know. But yeah, what I can do is add shading with my airbrush, and that will sort of mimic the texture as well. So that's sort of what I was thinking. It seems to hold paint well. All right, so I'm going to just trim this, such a weird angle. And trim this a little bit. And this here. Cut. And then let's pin, ouch, let's pin my finger. Pin that there. And we can trim this excess off here. So I leave a little bit of a seam line. Obviously you need a seam line to be able to sew it together. Otherwise it'd be too tight, obviously. What do we got over here? So this one, I'm just going to cut straight across. Don't know if this is big enough for the legs, probably not. Maybe, but probably not. Nah. So the legs, basically for the legs, get a piece like this. This is not big enough, but just wrap it around and attach it. And I attach the cotton ball. So I use polyfill, which is this stuff. It comes in a big, it's like cushion fabric, cushion stuffing, and I needle felt it, so it wraps around the armature, but it just comes in a big sort of wad of this. It looks good. Yeah, no, it's like it looks weird the whole time until it's like the final little steps, the final details. Okay, chop this excess off. Now, you don't want too much excess because you can sort of start to see it underneath what you've sewn. So I like to keep the excess kind of minimal. I don't like this bit here. All right. I want one bit of a rat. I've done heaps of rats before. Rat people are really into their rats. They've all been commissions of people's pet rats. But yeah, you rat people are really into your rats. I think they're the most, for all the pet commissions that I've done, they're the most that I've done before. The cat's mouth. This one, no, but I do movable jaws. But this one, I didn't do it because it's kind of difficult with the way the tongue is and everything. It wouldn't close properly. So, and I really wanted to sculpt that. Not to sound like a troll, but my rat died. Oh, I think that's where a lot of my commissioners for rats, like their rat, like had recently passed away, and they're just obviously really upset about it. And then I just wanted a little fake version of it. That's been majority of that. Okay, let's pin this together. But yeah, I've done the last one I did for someone. It was 2 of their pet rats. One was a grey one. I forgot the breed of it, but it had like the bigger head. It was a bigger head. I forgot the breed though. I'm not a rat person, so I don't know the breed names. And they also had a white one with like a little brown spot on its nose. I know. And same with hamsters. I've done one hamster. Same deal. Rex. It was a Rex. The Rexes have the big heads, don't they? Right. Such a fiddly little doll. This one. Yes. It really depends on what it is. The rats are a little bit cheaper because they're not as much work. So the rats, you're probably looking at about $500 American dollars, US dollars. So I think that's roughly like almost 7 Australian. But I do offer payment plans, so I'm really flexible with that because I know they're not cheap. So basically just let you dictate when and how much you would like to pay for a set amount of time. So yeah, I try and be flexible. It could be like as little as $20, you know. No, that's fine. No, any fabric, any doll that is like a flat fabric, Yeah, they are. I try to be. I try. Yeah, any flat fabric. It's just a little more fiddly, even with the lizards and stuff. But no, I want to do the elephant. All right, I think I'm going to leave this bit here. So when I go to do the tail, what I'm going to do is, I don't have the right size wire here, but I'm going to get some wire, bigger wire, and I'm going to attach it here so I can get a proper outline of the wire, like a proper outline, and it can still be posable. And then I'll put like some fluff on the end of it. So I think I've done that before with, what did I do it with? I can't remember which one it was, but all right, so basically just a bit more refining has to happen here. But when I do the tail, it should sort of hang like that. This will be the last thing I'll do. So I'm going to keep it quite long so I have some wiggle room. I was wondering how to make these. I wanted to get started, but I have a YouTube that has so many videos and tutorials on there. I pretty much do a tutorial for every doll that I make. So yeah, if you just leave me some feedback on the videos of, you know, if that style works, or if I should try and add certain things to the videos. I don't know. I'm not a content creator. I don't know. All right. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. We getting there. Right, so this one, I think. Bet. All right. So what I'll do is I'm sort of mangling it a little bit just to get the angle right. That's the thing with the armatures. You're going to mangle it a little bit to get the angle right. So I think I will put in a little more polyfill. Up here to create that little hump. Okay. We're getting there. Oh, well, thanks for watching. I never know if people watch it. I mean, such a different time zone as well, you know. But there seems to be a fair few views on it. Not a lot, but because it is like an hour and a half. So that should be almost ready for sewing. Got a few things ready for sewing. That's good. So that will be the tail bit. That'll be trimmed. Yeah, it's getting there. Little elephant. It's cute. Coyote. All right. What have we got? Let's have a look at our, just very quickly, our dragon head. Might try and add, where are we going? Now I might try and add, I'm trying to add like a few details here and there with this one. So, it's minutes away. Yeah, it's still got a ways to go, but we're getting there. I'm gonna be sad when I have to let this one go. Okay. Now, wondering if I should do. I'm thinking I should do the horns out of epoxy sculpt, just because they're going to be about that long, and if I was to do them in polymer clay, I think they'll be really fragile. So I could do the rest of it in epoxy sculpt, I guess. So I need to add, I'm in two minds about it as well. I was going to add, I could do polymer clay hair bits, but again, fragile, or I can do fabric bits, which I think will look a bit funny. I don't think I'm completely sold on that option. If I was to bake it like that. That's my child awake. All right, well, I'm not going to start sculpting this then. I think we've got a lot done today. My little leopard gecko. No. So tomorrow, if I'm on tomorrow, I should be. I might do the body on this one. The latex. The problem is the latex, you can't really texture it, is the problem. So I'm wanting like a hair texture, like I did on the top of this kid. I'll have a think about it. I think I'm going to end up sculpting it. I could sculpt it out of epoxy sculpt, it's no problem. Anyway. Yeah, so tomorrow I think I'll do some work on this one as well. See how we go. Cute. Oh. Very cute. Anyway, yes, if I am on tomorrow, I should be. It'll be same time, 12:30. Thanks to follow. Anyway, YouTube, I'll catch you probably tomorrow.